We're not here to judge anybody at all. We do not shame in any way, shape, or form. We will love you no matter what.
Hi, this is Mike Balaban. Welcoming you to another episode of BAMMER Talks. In my home in San Diego with Gunner, a pup who I recently met at a San Diego pup group gathering at the bar called The Hall. The event was called Paw Cello, like Coachella, but
Correct.
Paw Cello. And the leader of the group, Ajax, arranged for me to interview several people a day. Gunner was supposed to be one of them, but had worked 12 straight hours and was too exhausted to really be interviewed for a half hour. So we rearranged the schedule. So the point is today to talk to my audience about the whole world of pup play or puppyhood, pupdom. And, it has a history of having been grown out of, been involved with the leather fetish community. And that there was a kind of a dominant submissive factor, whereas the alpha would kind of oversee the pack of dogs. And it was moved from the animal world to the gay male world. And the group is growing. And so today we're going to talk with Gunner about what that group represents, how it came to be, and what it means to him, etc. And anybody who's interested after they hear this explanation can get in contact with him on Instagram at
PupGunner77.
at PupGunner77. Okay, so thanks for agreeing to this interview today, Gunnar. And we'll start off by saying, how did you first discover pup play and what drew you to it?
One day I was watching porn, surprise, and I came across some guys at these pup hoods having sex, and I was like, wow, this is pretty hot. It piqued my interest. It was like a while before I got licensed after watching that. It took me some courage to actually go to a porn store and purchase my first hood and everything.
How did you first find others to meet to get into the local community?
But when I bought my hood, I was like I guess you would call it like a closeted pup. I just kept the pup thing as a sexual thing for like my first year as a pup. Then I encouraged one of my friends to get a hood also. And he got a hood, and he's more braver than me. And he went out in the community and met more pups.
So you sent your bird dog out looking.
Yeah, you gotta say that. Yeah, he ended up finding more pups and encouraged me to go out in Hillcrest wearing my pup hood, and it's been crazy ever since.
And that was about 5 years ago.
I say like 4 or 5 years. It's
Okay.
been going on now. Yeah.
So basically, for those into the fetish aspect of it, it's kind of a leather dominant submissive thing. It's the mystery aura of not knowing who's behind the mask,
Yeah.
and freeing yourself up to do what you want to do with someone in a way that perhaps you would be constrained if you both were there without hoods on and meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
But it's also not any longer exclusively a fetish or kink activity.
That's right.
Some people use it that way. Some use it that way occasionally. It allows you to have that for freedom, but it's a lot more than that. It's more about, would you say, community?
Yeah, it's definitely a community, brought people out of the bedroom onto the streets, into the clubs as pups.
In the kennels.
And the kennels, yeah, and now the kennels. Yeah. A lot of people still use us as kink, a sexual thing, but like a lot of people just use it to just be a pup and enjoy life.
So maybe you should try to describe, if you can, what being part of that community is like, where you meet, what goes on, aside from any possible sexual activity.
We've built a really tight-knit community here in San Diego for pups. We just can use it just to have gatherings, meet our friends on the weekends, or meet new people.
Right.
It's a very easy way to break the ice. It's like, because now you have something in common, and it makes people more comfortable.
The anonymity, which is a key feature of it, frees people up to maybe be the puppy.
Yeah.
That in real world, they've always got to be the adult dog. So they need to be free.
Yeah, it's a very therapeutic thing to have.
Do you find it bringing out a different side of you?
Oh, most definitely. In my day life, I have to like get things done. But when I'm a pup, it helps me to relax. I can be silly pup, brings me out of my shell in a way. I can be more talkative, but I can be standoffish sometimes too. Also,
As
just,
a pup?
but yeah, this like brings a different side of you. It's an escape for sure.
I'm just wondering what it is that allows somebody to let go with that anonymity protecting them from the world versus, I mean, if you were with this group of guys, the same group, not at work, not a family, but with gay guys, and you all weren't wearing masks, would the behavior be very different?
Um, Maybe. I think it all depends how well you know the person. But when you put the hood on, drops your guard a little bit. You can be more playful, it's more outgoing.
And my sense from our talking before this is that aside from work and aside from family, more of their friends out in the world rather than not are pups. You still have some that aren't, but as you meet more people, more of them are pups.
Yeah, we keep in contact with them for sure. But over the years, people that we meet are into pet.
So the pup community is at least conceptually somewhat higher in the sense, not necessarily other than the leader, there's not a ranking, but in terms of the type of personality you want to exhibit as a pup,
Oh,
you might be an alpha, which is kind of the leader.
right.
You might be a beta, which usually is associated with an alpha, but in its own right, the beta can be kind of a junior master to other pups who are known as omegas, which is more submissive.
Yes,
And there are handlers who are people who don't really want to put on costumes and are comfortably in a role where they kind of help manage the group.
that's correct.
There are alphas. There are switches where people don't stay consistently in one role or the other. There are strays. I never quite understood what's a stray.
Uh, a stray is a person who is not in a pack.
Oh, okay,
He,
so a loner, a lone dog.
yeah, yeah. He's not an alpha or a beta or an omega or anything like that. He's just like he just wants to be a pup and be playful and have fun. Yeah, it's like being in a pack is not for everybody.
You started out, if I'm not mistaken, this for a while. You were an alpha.
Um, at first, I was a beta to Ajax. He was my first alpha.
Right.
I ended up leaving that pack. Now, my current alpha is my husband. I'm his beta now. But also, I'm in consideration to being an alpha to a pup named Albie. So it's kind of weird. It's like you can be an alpha also be a beta. So
There's no limit just because you play one role with one person
exactly,
and having an opposite role or other role elsewhere.
exactly.
Do you see pup play as kink, lifestyle, or identity, or all of them?
It can be like one or the other, or you can make it all the above.
Right.
All depends on you, really. I like it being a kink and lifestyle. Is It's definitely fun doing pup play in the bed, but also it's a way of life. Now you want to like represent the community the best way you can as a pup because people are looking for a safe place in the community. We want to make sure you feel safe. Negative vibes, it's going to turn people away. So we, as a community, we want to make it a positive place for you to express who you want to be as a pup.
Ajax explained to me that there's been increasing crossover between pup play, furry fandom, and other animal road play communities like cats and ponies and whatever. I've heard the term anthro used to describe this broader umbrella. How do you see the community embracing that idea, and is the term anthro gaining traction?
The term anthro is definitely gaining traction, I believe. Over the past like year or two in events, I've seen so many different animals out there. We get, of course, we got the pups, cats, we have horses, whatever animal you want to be will welcome you no matter what. It's just not just pups. anymore. Really, it's just like it's a giant animal kingdom. And with furries, like they're more than welcome also. A lot of the pups are furries and vice versa. We're an open door. We'll welcome anyone who wants to be part of it.
What kind of gear, if any, besides the hood, do you enjoy wearing? And what does it mean to you?
The other gear I wear other than my hood is I have a collar, which is given by my alpha fidget. So anytime like there's like certain events, I'll be wearing that collar. Just let them know like
Is that a sign of ownership? Or?
yeah, yeah. Well, yes and no. A lot of pups wear collars that are not owned or are strays.
Okay.
But if your alpha has like a certain collar, more than likely you'd be wearing the same one. And we'll have like tags that'll have our name on it. And on the other side, usually it describes like, who our elf is or handler or whatever your owner is at that time. Other gear I wear, harnesses, jock straps, other leather gear. All depends on like how you feel and how you want to express yourself.
So, how do you incorporate pup or anthroplay into your life in terms of events, privately at home, online, etc.?
Yeah, I definitely still keep pup play in the bedroom for sure. It's a fun kink. You get to explore yourself more that way. Outside the room, it can be as kinky. Certain events can bring that kink in there, or you just can be this way when I'm already out to an event. It's like
Well, I met you at Coachella, which was the thing off on Coachella, which is that a regular event or was that at one time?
it's becoming a regular event. This October is going to be the last one of the year.
But to the eye, it just was dancing and talking and drinking. Unless there was a private play or somewhere else, I didn't see anything. Not that it needs to be.
Right. Yeah. And it all depends on on the place where the event's happening. You could possibly have like a little area where kinky stuff can happen, but it's not mandatory. It's like you can just be there, just talk to friends, have a few drinks, have a good time.
Have you faced any challenges being out as a pup or intro? I mean, your family probably doesn't know, and your work doesn't know, but many of your other friends do. Nobody's ever reacted badly.
I would say I would have like faced any like huge challenges myself. I keep the pup thing, out of work, obviously. With friends, they pretty much all know that we're pups now. We have straight friends also who know that we're pup to an extent. It's like we don't like tell them like every detail of what we do in these events or in our bedrooms, stuff like that. That's out of respect. They don't understand at first, but after we explain, what pup play is and the lifestyle, they kind of like understand some more. I haven't really faced like any negative reactions from anybody. It's more they have like they're curious actually, and they ask more questions.
You think there's a lot of misconceptions around it, or it's just lack of knowledge?
I think it's just like lack of knowledge for sure. Some people don't even know like pup play exists, and that's when they questions come to you and everything like that. And like I said, like after we explain what it is, some people are like, "That's definitely not for me. That's kind of weird." That's fine. It's like it's not for everybody.
It's funny in a certain way. Your need to be more or less on the down low about this, and the decisions to share that information with others or not. It's kind of a secret language you have, and that's the way it was for all gay men in the '70s, because you couldn't afford for people to know that you were gay.
No.
So you're kind of repeating this situation or circumstance where you have a secret. It's not the most shameful secret,
Yeah.
but it's certainly something not everybody needs to know that.
Exactly. My coworkers, they know that I'm gay. Everybody that I work with are open and understand, and I don't get any negativity about that. But I don't tell them anything about my pup lifestyle.
Right.
I just feel like that's something that they don't need to know about. It's like it's personal for me. If it slips up one day, they like ask questions. I'll be happy to explain to them. But if they still did it, it's like,
So this is the community which has grown over the last few years, and you have more and more friends who are part of it. Um, it's kind of it's taking off as a trend in San Diego. Any idea how many pups there might be?
that, who knows really? Right now, just in our San Diego chat, which we have called the Pound Puppies, which my husband Fidget created, we currently have 151 members in that chat. It's been growing ever like past few years. We like started off like 10 pups. Now it's like 151, and there's a whole lot more pups out there. It's just like it takes time for people to build that courage to get out there and join the community.
I think we've gotten a decent sense for what it's about. It's playfulness, anonymity, kind of a social way of organizing, and sharing common interests.
It was difficult to make friends before pup play, but since becoming a pup and joining the community and going to all these events, I've made a lot of friends. That's probably like a great highlight of becoming a pup, because a lot of people who join pup are, I want to say like they're outcast. They're just like misunderstood. And the pup community is put yourself out there and be who you want to be.
In a non-judgmental environment.
Exactly. We're not here to judge anybody at all. We do not shame in any way, shape, or form. We will love you no matter what. So
Well, that's great. Thank you for taking the time. And once again, for those who maybe are intrigued by what you've heard and seen here today, you can contact Gunnar at
Pup Gunner 77
on
on Instagram.
Instagram, and he'll lead you back to the pack.
I'll do my best.
Thanks for taking the time, Gunnar.
All right. You're welcome.